What are COVID-19 vaccine passports? Will they become mandatory for international and domestic travel in the near future? Is it even a good idea? Welcome to 360 Places, a travel brand that makes travel accessible to everyone. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so as to get notified whenever a new video comes out. And now on to today's topic. To properly understand the concept of COVID-19 vaccine passports and to answer the questions about its implementation and whether it's a good idea or not, here are a few things to consider. Firstly, what are COVID-19 vaccine passports and their actual goal? COVID-19 vaccine passports are paper or digital forms certifying that a person has been vaccinated against COVID-19. Although this might sound like a new concept, it actually isn't. Maybe it is the use of the word passport that has many people worried. Vaccine certifications are nothing new. Take for example yellow fever. To travel to some countries like China, you need to show certification that you have been fully vaccinated against the disease. The key difference this time around is that the major way of implementation will be mostly digital, mainly because of its convenience, but also there have been various issues of forgery when it comes to paper forms of vaccination certifications in the past. The major goal of vaccine passports is to enable governments to reopen their economies, but to also fast-track the recovery of the travel and hospitality industries, the two industries that suffered the most due to the pandemic. The second thing to look at is how extensively COVID-19 vaccine passports are currently being implemented at the local and international level. So far, we have already seen mass implementations in countries such as Israel with the Green Pass. The Green Pass is a digital way of showing the vaccination status of an individual. Israel is among the countries doing very well at vaccination, as they have already vaccinated a majority of their citizens. The Green Pass has enabled the reopening of many businesses, such as gyms and bars that had many restrictions during the pandemic. In the US, the federal government hasn't mandated a domestic plan for vaccine passports, but there are talks of having it for people coming from other countries in the near future. There have also been some governors like Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, who issued an executive order prohibiting state agencies or political subdivisions in Texas from creating a vaccine passport requirement. There are also countries such as Iceland that are already accepting entry to foreign nationals who have proof of vaccination. Other countries such as France and Spain have similar plans in the coming months. We have also seen private companies such as Onfido, the global identity verification and authentication company, announce that they are developing immunity passport integration for SideHide's hotel booking platform to quickly and safely verify immunity status of people. There are also several digital health apps in development that will allow people to show their COVID-19 vaccination status. The final thing to look at is some of the concerns people have about COVID-19 vaccine passports. One of the biggest concerns many people have is the invasion of privacy of their data, especially by the government. We have already seen instances such as earlier this year when the Singapore government admitted that the data from its contact tracing app was used by the police to fight crime. The best way to take care of this problem is for these digital platforms to not require too much personal information, but to rather just get the vaccination status of an individual. Another concern is the issue of equity. This is because there's a lot of developing countries that are having a hard time procuring vaccines for their people. Hence, there's growing concern that the COVID-19 vaccine passports will make international travel difficult for their people. This can be solved through richer countries sharing their excess vaccine doses with the countries having a hard time getting vaccines for their people. This will help the people with the greatest need for travel to get access to the vaccine. But also another way of looking at it is inequity has always been a global issue, and many people from the poorer nations already have a hard time financially to afford international travel anyway. There have also been concerns about the loss of personal liberty. A lot of people are worried that it will become mandatory to get vaccinated because many services won't be available for people who do not have the COVID-19 vaccine passport. For example, in Israel, citizens are not allowed to travel abroad without the Green Pass. Also, there are some aspects of normal life that a person cannot access without the green pass. Hence, some people end up getting vaccinated so as to get some basic freedoms. Instead of creating situations to force citizens to get vaccinated, governments should make sure that citizens have access to proper information about the importance of vaccination and hence make a personally informed decision. In conclusion, COVID-19 vaccine passports are a very important tool for bringing back a return to normalcy and help with the recovery of the travel industry and the economies of many countries as a whole. The key to their success, however, depends highly on how well the vaccines actually work, when will different countries be able to achieve herd immunity, and finally, governments finding the best way of implementing them that will still guarantee the protection of their people's liberty and rights. Do you agree with our take on COVID-19 passports? Please leave a comment with your opinions. If you found the video to be useful, please hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so as to get notified whenever a new video comes up.